Navruz and Alina Boz shake Hollywood. Bradley Cooper's confession has turned the rumor mill upside down. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Turkish series stars. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and support the channel, my friends. In the world of celebrity intrigue, sometimes one unexpected revelation flips the table and sends everyone scrambling. One sentence, one name, and suddenly all eyes are on Turkey again. That's exactly what happened this week. A Hollywood A-lister let something slip on a talk show, and a Turkish romantic series from years back shot straight back into the spotlight. But it wasn't just the show, it was the people who carried it. Two names, one long-standing chemistry, and a fandom that never really let them go. The names at the heart of the commotion? Navruz and Alina Boz. Yes, you heard that right. After all these years, the duo became the center of attention again because Bradley Cooper, yes, the Bradley Cooper, spoke about a Turkish series his mother adored. What lit up social media first was the revelation that his mom watched the show not once, not twice, but 4 times. And then came the kicker. Cooper casually repeated his mother's words that the actor in that series is the best in the world, sending Alp's name ricocheting around the global entertainment sphere. But he didn't stop there. He added a line that sounded simple yet loaded: the series is good, and the actress is good too. And that was all it took for the gossip machine to rev up around Alina. Let's set the scene. We're talking about a romantic series that once had Turkey and half the world swooning, an old project that refuses to fade away. It had that warm summer energy, that playful banter, that kind of on-screen electricity you can't teach. Fans still share clips, still argue over favorite episodes, still quote lines they swear got them through rough days. The mere mention of it on a major American talk show pulled the nostalgia lever hard. Suddenly everyone was remembering the beach scenes, the stolen glances, the light-hearted fights that always ended with laughter. And suddenly, the stars were back in headlines. For those who somehow missed it, Bradley Cooper, the man who made millions laugh in The Hangover, broke hearts in A Star Is Born, and haunted us all in American Sniper, casually told the world that his mother is a devoted fan of Turkish dramas. It was the kind of offhand comment talk shows love. But then he added that she watched this particular series 4 times. 4. And then, repeating her words, he said the leading man was the best in the world. The internet didn't need a map to figure out where that was pointing. Alp's name was everywhere. Within minutes, people were asking, is Alp already on Hollywood's radar? Could there be offers? Is someone in Los Angeles quietly working the phones? But the line about the leading lady lit a second fuse. The actress is good too. On its face, it's simple praise. But to those who know the industry's subtext, it landed like a small, deliberate signal. Is Cooper saying more than he can? Is someone positioning Alina for an international move? Is there an audition we don't know about? A meeting with a producer? Or is it as innocent as it sounds? A respectful nod to a performance that resonated across languages and borders? For days, the talk online didn't settle. Everyone had a theory, and every theory had its own little storm. Naturally, attention swiveled to Alp. Over the past few years, he's quietly built a serious following outside Turkey, especially across Europe. Appearances, campaigns, interviews, charity events, fan meetings, you name it, his name travels well. So how did he react when he heard Cooper's remark? According to those who claim to be in the know, Alp was surprised but undeniably pleased. He allegedly told friends it's flattering to hear praise from someone of Cooper's caliber. No formal statement, no grand proclamation, just that warm, slightly bashful smile we've seen in behind-the-scenes clips, and a private appreciation for the gesture. Still, insiders insist he didn't shrug it off. They say the topic came up more than once in conversations with his inner circle. And then came the more tantalizing whispers, people close to him suggesting that this kind of compliment from Hollywood doesn't happen by chance. Which, of course, leads to the question everyone keeps repeating. Is an international project on the table? Meanwhile, a quiet storm brewed around Alina. She's been in the headlines anyway, new roles, new photo shoots, a crisp elegance that's become undeniably hers. Critics have repeatedly praised her work in recent projects for its subtlety and style, and fans adore the way she can flip from soft to fierce in a heartbeat. So when Bradley Cooper's comment put her name in the same breath as Hollywood interest, the reaction was instant. Is Alina headed west? Is a streaming platform courting her? Did a casting director fall for her screen presence the way the rest of us did? Behind the scenes, sources say Alina is taking it all with grace. She reportedly told friends, "It's a very sweet compliment, nothing to blow out of proportion." Still, even the most cautious industry watchers admit it adds shine to her international image. An offhand sentence in Los Angeles, a wave of momentum in Istanbul. Let's talk about why the series still matters. Some shows fade after the final credits. Others lodge themselves into people's lives. This one belonged to the latter. During its run, it drew big numbers not just in Turkey but in places like Italy, Spain, and across Latin America. The tone was warm, the humor unforced, the world inviting. Alp's effortless charisma paired with Alina's natural, luminous acting gave the story lift. It wasn't just a romance, it was a memory factory. That's the kind of magic that makes someone watch a series 4 times, the way Cooper's mother did. Watching becomes rewatching, and rewatching becomes ritual. That kind of bond doesn't disappear, it hibernates, waiting for a mention to wake it up again. Then, just as the Hollywood chatter peaked, there was Alina at Istanbul airport, returning from a quick Budapest trip. The cameras were waiting, of course they were. She arrived with that familiar poise, answered questions with her signature calm, and then dropped the line that set off a second wave of speculation, "I'm going to see my little ones." Instantly, social media exploded with interpretations. Some said it was an affectionate line about friends' children. Others spun stories, was there a deeper hint? Was she, no, surely not, signaling something more personal? She smiled, clarified that she has dear friends in Budapest and took a short break to visit their kids, and carried on. It was the simplest possible explanation. But gossip rarely likes the simple version. Reporters also asked how she spent New Year's. Her answer was as grounded as ever. At home, with friends, made more beautiful by a snowfall. No club, no flashy countdown, no extravagance. Just a cozy night in. In a way, that detail made the entire narrative more intriguing. While public appearances have been quieter lately, the air around her feels full of intent, like a page quietly turning. Some commentators say she's conserving her energy, guarding her time, preparing for a pivot, a new era, a new kind of role, perhaps even a leap beyond the familiar. So is this a turning point in the Hollywood-Turkey conversation? Whether we like it or not, the answer is already tilting toward yes. The last few years have proven that Turkish stories connect around the world. Platforms have carried series into living rooms from Rome to Rio. And in that wave, certain names became unmistakable ambassadors. Alp and Alina are among them, faces that audiences remember, voices that carry emotion across subtitles. The fact that Bradley Cooper's own mother is a repeat viewer doesn't feel random, it feels like a revealing tip of a larger iceberg. Because if she's watching, who else is quietly watching too? Back to Alp for a moment. Gossip writers suggest a subtle strategy in his silence, an understanding that praise is best met with gratitude and patience, not fireworks. The talk is that he's reading scripts, weighing what suits him, thinking about longevity rather than momentum. Those who have followed his career know he prefers balance, visibility paired with substance, charm paired with discipline. That's the mindset that travels well across borders. If something international is indeed brewing, don't expect a noisy rollout. Expect a carefully chosen opportunity that speaks his language as an actor. And Alina? Even her casual remarks turn into headlines, which says everything about the voltage of her name right now. The Budapest line was a perfect example. Innocent, tender, domestically warm, and yet it sparked an entire subplot online. Meanwhile, reviewers keep pointing to how she grounds every scene she touches, how her stillness often says more than dialogue. That's the kind of artistry casting directors notice, especially as global productions search for authentic emotion rather than just volume. There's a certain elegance to the way her reputation is growing, slow, steady, undeniable. Of course, the oldest truth in show business applies here too: the rumors never stop. Today it's Bradley Cooper. Tomorrow, who knows? The cycle resets, the names change, the spotlight shifts. And yet, some figures don't slide off the page. Even years later, Alp and Alina still generate heat. Their names stick, their work lingers, their chemistry lives on in people's minds. Maybe that's what this whole saga really proves: a series that becomes a memory can't be filed away like old news. It keeps resurfacing, carried by the very people it touched. So what do we make of the confession that started it all? Was it simply a sweet vignette about a devoted mom and her favorite show? Or was it something more, a quiet signal from inside the Hollywood machine that the window is open wider than we realized? Did Alp's measured calm conceal a plan taking shape? Did Alina's soft tone hide a bigger decision? Was the Budapest comment just what it sounded like, or a gentle breadcrumb dropped on purpose? The truth is, every tiny detail now reads like a clue. And that's the thrill, isn't it? Gossip feeds on mystery. But sometimes mystery is just the prelude to an announcement. What remains undeniable is the endurance of the story that brought them together in the public imagination. Once upon a time, a light, sunlit romance made millions feel lighter. Now, a single comment from a Hollywood star has revived not only the memories but the possibilities. Turkish series have built a bridge no one expected a decade ago, and that bridge is getting steady traffic in both directions. Alp and Alina are already halfway across, not because they chase the noise, but because the work they did still speaks. So tell us what you think. Do Bradley Cooper's words reflect nothing more than his mother's taste, or are they a readable sign of curiosity among Hollywood insiders? Is Alp's quiet reaction part of a deliberate long game? Are Alina's gentle answers pure modesty, or are they the posture of someone preparing a big move? If this beloved series ever returned in a new form, would it recapture the same magic, or would it create something altogether different? Share your thoughts down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because here on Turkish Series Stars, we'll keep bringing you the whispers from the corridors, the signals no one else notices, and the little details that tie the whole picture together. This story, like the best ones, doesn't end. It unfolds, one hint at a time, from Hollywood back to Istanbul, and then right back again.